Hey guys, what's going on? Steven back again. So, I'm sure by now you guys have heard the news that Season 9 will be Andrew Lincoln's final season. Now, I am going to get into Season 9 spoilers, so spoiler warning ahead. Alright, so I guess Collider was the first one to break this information, saying Season 9 will be Andrew Lincoln's final season, and he'll only be in 6 episodes. Now, what is interesting is some other articles are reporting the same thing. Season 9 will be his final season. He'll only be in 6 episodes. I've seen other articles where it's just saying Season 9 will be his last season, but makes no mention about 6 episodes. Kind of strange. Now, there are other articles, lots of articles, saying that this is just a rumor. Let me see if I can find it here. I have like so many articles popped up right now. Yeah, here we go. All right, this is on the Spoiling Dead forums. Somebody posted a link from Newsweek, and Newsweek is calling it a rumor. Let's see. The alleged casting shakeup first surfaced Tuesday from Collider. Representatives for Lincoln and AMC did not immediately return Newsweek's request for comment, but Collider reported that the star will be grueling his way through the post-apocalyptic setting for just one more season before calling it quits. Collider shared that Lincoln's Rick will apparently only be featured in half a dozen episodes during Season 9, and Norman Reedus would then take over the starring role. These casting changes have not been confirmed by either Lincoln or AMC, however. Please note, Newsweek also posts Spoiling Dead spoilers with credit. Okay. So yeah, I mean, lots of information coming out. Now, this is not the first time we've been through this before. There have been other articles saying, Andrew Lincoln's getting sick of The Walking Dead. He's going to leave after season, whatever. Unfortunately, I was not able to find those articles anymore because, well, with this information coming out, those other articles got buried. But what I did find is kind of the same thing happened to Chandler Riggs. Every year they would be saying, Carl's going to get killed this season, Carl's going to get killed this season. And what is actually funny is I actually found his tweet. Let's see if I can zoom in here. All right, laugh my ass off. Y'all think I'm getting killed off every year. And then, of course, he's got, 2014. This article said it. 2015. This article said it. 2016. This article said it. So, I don't know. And then, of course, we also have other information about, Norman Reedus taking over, and the whole AMC is offering him $20 million. Now, what is interesting is, let me see if I can find it again. I got to jump through so many articles here. Yeah, someone on the Spoiling Dead forum site was talking about the 20 million, and I absolutely agree with this. Let's see, the post says, the whole 20 million thing is why I don't firmly believe this whole thing is true. AMC has let their name be dragged through the mud because they don't want to open their purse strings for the show's budget. Obviously. They got into contract dispute with Lauren, yet we're supposed to believe that they're throwing this obscene amount of money at Norman Reedus? Really? I'm just not buying it. So I absolutely agree with that. I mean, we do know AMC has been extremely cheap. I mean, look at how low the budget has been. I think $2 to $3 million an episode, which for a show like this is extremely low. I mean, I'm not saying they need Game of Thrones money, $15 million an episode. They don't need it, they don't really need to build castles and stuff like that. They can film, anywhere, any street. Just throw some garbage on the street, you're good. But I mean, at least $6 million an episode would be, an improvement. And then, of course, we did have, the problems with Lauren Cohen. I don't know, the full details, what kind of money she was asking for. But, they really wouldn't budge, and, they kind of lost out on her. And now all of a sudden, I'm kind of losing my voice here, that they're willing to throw $20 million at Norman Reedus seems kind of strange. I mean, with $20 million, you could basically throw an extra $1 million towards each episode, so that would bump it up to, I don't know, $4 million an episode. And with that $4 million left over, you could have, chucked a little more at Lauren Cohen and she could have stayed. So I don't know. That is, I don't know, that is very interesting, very odd. Now, of course, some articles are saying that he has signed the deal, and other people are saying it's not a done deal. So, I don't know. All this stuff is getting really confusing. Now, let's see, what else? I got so much stuff going on, in my head, like, um, you know, but let's see. And now, if he does leave, what would happen to the show? Or how would they do it? Now, if he does leave, you know, I mean, I obviously don't know what it's like to, you know, be an actor. I think, oh man, if I was on The Walking Dead, I'd stay on there forever. I'd do it for, 15, 20 years, however long the show runs. But then once you start doing it, yeah, okay, all right, it's getting kind of boring. Maybe I want to try something else. Maybe I want to be a superhero or, a Jedi or I don't know, maybe, just try something else. I don't know. Maybe that's what he wants. Or, there is talk about, he wants to be with his family and stuff. I don't know if he brings them over or not. He's gone, what, 8 months out of the year. So, I don't know if they stay behind in London or if they go with him. I don't know. But, I mean, can't really blame him for that. Now, if he does leave, what would happen? Um, or how would they do it? So, that would be very interesting. Um, if he does leave, I can't see him riding off into the sunset, because then what would happen with Judith? Would he take Judith with him? What about Michonne? Would he just leave her behind, or would she go with him? The only thing I can think of is they'd have to kill him off. And how would they do that? I mean, I don't really know how they would kill him off. I mean, so this is where we're kind of going to get into season 9 spoilers. So, I don't know. I kind of got maybe a little bit. I don't know. This is just my opinion of maybe how they could do it. So, we know in season 9, Rick has taken over the sanctuary. He's in charge of it. We know that there are, still some saviors who are loyal to Negan. We do know that they've written, "We are still Negan" on the wall. Um, there are also unconfirmed reports that some of the saviors are actually living outside of the sanctuary, and they're not happy with Rick. They're flipping him off. Apparently, those guys are being attacked by someone, and they want their guns back, but Rick has refused them. Now, what I could maybe kind of see is maybe those guys get fed up with Rick, and maybe they pull like a Jon Snow type of thing, like, hey, come look at this, we found this strange thing, and then they jump him and stab him to death. I don't know. And maybe what could happen is during the 2-year time jump, let's just say, Rick is bringing, Negan his food and stuff like that. Maybe they let him out, of his cell once a day for an hour, and, Negan walks around. He sees, look at this. You got, gardens growing. You've got trade routes. You've got a giant windmill and stuff like that. And, Negan's kind of like, wow, this is actually working and stuff. And Rick's like, this is Carl's vision. This is, what we're working towards. And I don't know, maybe Negan has a come to Jesus moment about this, like, wow, this is actually working, all these people are getting along, everybody's working together. And then let's just say, if that does happen, those saviors still loyal to Negan jump him, kill him. And, let's say one day in Negan's cell, Daryl comes to Negan, where's Rick? What's going on? Daryl breaks the news to him saying, men still loyal to you killed him. They jumped him and they killed him. And, Negan, after seeing everything that Rick has been working towards, becomes, not really fond of him, but respects him, maybe is the word. Maybe that pisses Negan off. Like, WTF, like, what the hell, I saw what these guys are working towards, or what he's working towards, and it was working, and now you guys have killed him. Not cool. Maybe Negan goes and deals with those guys, killing them off, maybe. Maybe that kind of redeems him a little. Because, I mean, in the comics, we do know, that Negan does help Rick during the Whispers and stuff like that. They kind of have an uneasy frenemy type of thing. So, I don't know. Maybe that would be some sort of redeeming thing. The guys that took out Rick, Negan took them out, because Negan sees what Rick is building. Kind of, I don't know. I mean, just a thought. I mean, I have no idea how they would, get rid of him. I mean, I just think, Daryl taking over the main lead would be interesting. I think they do need to bring maybe Negan in as well, to, I don't know if I'd say, Negan would be a better leader than Daryl, because Daryl is a good second in command, wingman type of guy. But as a leader, I don't know. I really don't know. But I mean, we'd have to see what season 9's writing is like. I mean, Angela Kang has, taken over the show. She has done some amazing episodes. She started, I think, in season 2, and she's written some of the best episodes in the season. So it would be interesting. Maybe Daryl has, I don't know, evolved or something. Maybe he's become more of a leader. I don't know. It will be interesting. If he does leave, maybe season 1 through season 9 is Rick's story. Because the whole theme of, I think, season 9 is a new beginning. Which actually Angela Kang here made hats for everybody. See, The Walking Dead season 9 crew. I don't know if you guys can really read it or not. Welcome to season 9. Here's to a great year ahead and a new beginning. Angela Kang. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe season 1 through 9 is Rick's story, and now, season 9, season 10, and beyond is a different story, life without Rick, I got you to this part, I took care of the saviors, I got you guys building, you got gardens, you got trade routes and water ducts, and communities are working together. Here you go. I built it up for you, and now it's yours. I don't know. But, I mean, now, here's one other thing. Told you I got so many articles. This is actually from Brandon Davis from comicbook.com. He says, it's a completely different show, no doubt. That said, I have heard some things I'm very excited about. It's a transition for both cast and audience, but the show will go on. There are very talented actors who will still be around, and Angela Kang has great stuff in the works. So, that is very interesting. Of course, there are very talented actors still in the show. I mean, I like Jesus, I like the King, I like Carol, I like Daryl, I like all those characters. And I do think, I don't want Rick to die, but if Rick does have to leave, that would give a lot of the other characters, who are in the background, a giant bump forward, to get some more screen time and stuff like that, which would be kind of interesting. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing more Jesus and stuff like that, and seeing his, badass, kick-ass moves and stuff. I mean, we've seen a little of it, but I think it'd be cool to see more. Now, what is also interesting is, I know I'm really going on here, if Rick does die and leaves, and Maggie leaves, what happens to the kids? What happens to baby Judith? Who takes care of Judith? Does Michonne? Does Daryl? Who takes care of Maggie's baby? That's going to be very interesting. I don't know. I mean, I just really kind of feel bad for Angela Kang. I mean, here it is. She's getting handed, the show and stuff like that she's been working on for so long. And it's, all right, here you go. Here's the show. And you got to deal with all these problems now. Maggie's leaving. Carl's dead. Rick potentially leaving. Good luck. So it's kind of like, man, really laying it on to her. But, I don't know. I guess we'd have to wait and see. Some people say AMC is going to make some sort of formal announcement. Kind of, I mean, I don't know what to think about that. I mean, that kind of ruins, like, the shock value of the show. I mean, what, our show's going to start, announcing, hey, guess what? The main character of said show is going to be leaving, after the season. Oh, spoiler warning. Sorry. So, I don't know. I mean, if anything, if AMC does make an announcement, I think it will be at Comic-Con, after the trailer and stuff like that. Maybe they'd say this is Andrew Lincoln's final season and confirm it or deny it. I don't know. But right now, AMC hasn't said anything at all. They've just said no comment. I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I will watch the show no matter what. I think it would be very interesting. A huge, massive deviation from the comics. But, like Brandon Davis said, it's a completely different show. I mean, I always don't mind them following the comics. I just want to see, like, the major plot points and stuff like that. Or the major, key moments. No Way Out. Negan's arrival. All Out War. The bombing of Alexandria. Things like that. As long as they keep those in, I don't mind them going off on their own. But, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm sure there's plenty more that I'm missing. I have so many, things in my head. I got like 100 different articles up here. I probably missed like a whole bunch of other, things I was going to cover and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see what happens. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. That'd be awesome. Remember, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description box below. And my Patreon page, see, I can't even talk anymore, is now live. So if you guys want to support me and support what I do, support the channel and stuff, feel free to go over there and check that out. And, leave me your thoughts and comments. What do you guys think? Do you think he is leaving? Do you think he's staying? Do you think they'll kill him? If so, who? Let me know what you guys think. And, of course, I will, keep you guys updated. If there is any more information comes out, I'll keep you updated. But other than that, stick around. More videos are on the way, and I will see you guys next time.